Of the world's 7 species of sea turtles, 5 visit Florida's waters. They're the loggerhead, the green, the leatherback, the Kemp's Ridley, and the hawksbill. All of the world's sea turtles are endangered or threatened. Sea turtles can live to be as old as 80 years. They feed on things like sponges, jellyfish, crabs, even seagrass, depending on the species. They swim with their powerful front flippers and steer with their hind flippers. In the summer months, female sea turtles start making their way in closer to the coast. Because they're reptiles, they have to lay their eggs on land, and they usually do so under the cover of night. Amazingly, the sea turtles return to the ancestral beaches where they were first hatched. Most turtles come ashore as individuals, but for the Kemp's Ridley in the Atlantic and the olive Ridley in the Pacific, that is not the case.
On the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, where the rainforest meets the sea, a great event is about to take place. It is late August, and here at the Ostianal National Wildlife Refuge, baby sea turtles are erupting out of the sand. Little volcanoes of life all over the beach. 50 days ago, olive Ridley sea turtles laid their eggs above the high tide line, and so it's a long way down to the water for the hatchlings. Predators have noticed this activity. It is a feast for the black vultures, and a very short life for many of the babies. Higher in the pecking order are the wood storks. The vultures are wary of their powerful bills. The big storks can swallow plenty of the little Ridleys. Although Ostianal is a refuge, no effort is being made by the locals to keep their dogs indoors during the turtle nesting season. The dogs find good sport in digging up the nests. This creates even more opportunity for the vultures, who are not very good diggers themselves. Laden with eggs, a female olive Ridley struggles up her ancestral beach. At the moment, she is a lonely pilgrim, but hours from now this beach will be crowded. It takes all of her energy to rake away the sand. The female curves her back flipper to scoop out a deep chamber. She lays about 100 eggs, each the size of a ping pong ball. The temperature of each developing egg will determine whether the baby will be male or female. The mother tamps the ground to make it nice and firm. Feeling exhausted, but a lot lighter now, she trudges her way back to the ocean. She will never see her young. Olive and Kemp's Ridleys are the only sea turtles that nest in a mass landing called an arribada. Timed to the cycle of the moon, thousands of them come ashore over a period of several days. It is one of nature's great spectacles.
So here we are, day 2 of the arribada. It's 6:30 in the morning. Most of the sea turtles have started making their way back to the ocean. They're done nesting for the day. The peak of the arribada event would have happened probably around midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning. And there may have been thousands of turtles on the beach during that time. Historically, there can be as many as 250, 300,000 sea turtles nesting during one arribada event.
When thousands of turtles nest on the same beach, it is inevitable that some will dig into nests already made. Out come eggs laid only yesterday, or an hour ago, or a month ago when the last arribada took place. Is it life in abundance, or is it a massacre? How did such a situation develop? And does it benefit the Ridley to confine its nesting to a few beaches, instead of spreading out the way other sea turtles do? We don't know. But the story has another twist. At sunrise, egg collectors arrive from the nearby village. For a few hours each day during the arribada, these folks are allowed to fill large sacks with thousands of fresh turtle eggs. The eggs retail for as much as $2 a piece and are sold in bars on the theory that turtle eggs can improve a man's virility. Conservationists in Costa Rica try to convince the people that this is not so. Undoubtedly, the harvesting of eggs has been going on for as long as ancient cultures have lived in Costa Rica. Mysterious stone spheres have been found all over the country. Some have suggested that the ancient people who fashioned them were paying homage to the tremendous source of free protein found in turtle eggs. In defending the harvest, some argue that by thinning the eggs, the hatching rate of the remaining eggs is improved. You see, when the second or third or fourth wave of Ridleys dig into the sand to lay their own eggs, they often dig up the eggs of previous nests, as we saw earlier. The eggs that are unintentionally broken will cause bacteria to invade that area of sand, which can potentially kill all of the eggs nearby. Some studies are suggesting that by allowing the government-controlled egg harvest on this beach, hatching rates may actually be improving significantly.
Now this is obviously very controversial. Ostional is the only beach in the world where the harvesting of turtle eggs is actually legal. By opening up a legal market for turtle eggs in Costa Rica, it might be more difficult to stop the illegal poaching of turtle nests in other parts of the country.
We need to find better solutions. Tourists and photographers who have heard about the Aribara are beginning to find their way to this remote part of the coast. Instead of harvesting the eggs, perhaps ecotourism is a better way for the locals to support themselves. How about leash laws for dogs? And more education to dispel the myth that turtle eggs are a natural form of male enhancement. It can get complicated when nature and mankind collide, but it's our responsibility to try to find a balance.